Getting through my morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Joe, here's a stat for you, and you're absolutely all over this, so congratulations in advance. How many kids do women need to have to avoid extinction? It's a new study. It's been revealed that the number of children each woman needs to have has increased from 2.1 to 2.7.
You're trying to say if us women don't pull our fingers out, we're all going to die?
Yes, start having more kids. Stop being lazy.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. That's a joke, all right. That is a joke. In many high-income nations, the actual average hovers around 1.5 or even lower. This is due to neglect or irresponsibility. It reflects the realities people face today. Rising living costs, unstable housing, lack of accessible childcare, and demanding careers have turned parenthood into a luxury or a long-term goal rather than an assumed part of life. That is 100%. It feels like that with the cost of living at the moment.
It's just people can't afford to have kids. Is 100%. That what you're saying?
Yes. When you hear some of the statistics that it costs hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s to raise a child.
Yeah.
And people all of a sudden, when you're sitting there being like, well, it isn't as it was back decades ago.
No, I know. It's so damn expensive, isn't it? Especially when you factor in schooling. And then if you want to go down the private schooling path, ridiculous dollars.
Really expensive stuff. Maybe you just want to save some coin and just get the little fella homeschooled. Do you know what I mean? What could go wrong with that?
Imagine you homeschooling your children. Oh, my God.
Well, considering it has risen now to 2.1 to 2.7, if I have two kids and then the other kid is the 0.7, maybe I need to keep him home to homeschool him.
And
do you know what I mean?
Explain how he's only 3/4 of a person.
Exactly.
And even you can't do that because you can't do the maths.
Sorry, you're going to have to Google it, my almost there son.
A couple of Adelaide teams got it done on the weekend, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. Crows, 2v3, got the job done.
Yep.
Nice work, boys. Do or die for Port Adelaide and Canberra against the Giants. Got it done. Congrats, guys. What about your Thunderbirds? They would have cleaned up the cellar dwellers, that is the Giants, surely.
Took on the bottom-placed team in the Giants. The Giants have only had one other win this year, and that was against the Thunderbirds. So we were sitting in fourth, and now I think we slip away.
Oh, gosh.
That's right.
What's going on? Like, would you say in netball terms that the Giants just match up really well against the Thunderbirds?
They played really well. You can't take that away from them.
Oh,
they actually
yes.
played really, really well. In the last couple of weeks, I've been to Sydney to watch the Thunderbirds, and then I drove back from Middleton to watch them on Sunday. So I've done some calculations. That's 1,373 kilometres there and back to Sydney, plus 80 kilometres there and back. I've travelled 2,906 kilometres to watch two losses.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Goodness me, maybe I'm the problem.
I was going to say, do you know what's going to hurt you even more?
What's that?
You're the bad omen.
I know.
So you're the reason the T-Birds keep losing against these battlers.
I'll tell you why we lost on the weekend, because we couldn't sink a 2-point super shot.
Yeah.
I think we had one for the whole game, which was, no, they had a couple to be fair, but there was a little girl at half-time who I think was from Kangaroo Island, and there was a massive country carnival on the weekend.
Oh, good.
And guess what happened? Because you know the weather was so bad late last week, they stopped the ferry. So there was a mad scramble to get all these young netballers from Kangaroo Island over to Adelaide. And guess what happened? A couple of farmers from Kangaroo Island chipped in with their private planes to fly these little girls over so they could participate in the country carnival.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that cute?
I didn't know that there was a bunch of farmers with private planes.
No, who knew? But that's the thing. But anyway, one of the little girls had a shot at half-time outside the circle for $1,000 and nailed it. So Thunderbirds have signed her up, which is good because moving forward.
She gets a game this weekend. That's nice against the Firebirds.
Yeah, so that was a tiny bit disappointing, but we'll bounce back. Don't worry about that. Got no problem there. Also, well done to MND, the big freeze, number 11. Oh, they've raised about $115 million to find a cure for this insidious disease.
Did you see the sliders go down?
Did.
Your favourite?
Who was yours?
Peter Dacos.
Oh.
Anyone who gets dressed up full in the joke uniform always goes down an absolute treat.
Okay, it was Alyssa Healy for me.
Yeah, she was very good.
Yeah, she dressed up as Sharon Strzelecki, a.k.a. in a tribute to Magda Sabansky. So funny.
With the The pash
She
rash
had the
and
bash
everything.
rash. She had all of it. So well done. And even on Friday night here at the Adelaide Oval, just every second person was wearing one of the blue beanies. So they do a magnificent job. And I think the federal government chipped in another $4 million yesterday. So hopefully a cure is around the corner.
That's fantastic.
Warning, the following segment is for mature audiences only and may contain adult content, graphic language and nudity. Not that you'll see it. If easily offended, well, you're about to find out just how easily.
Your father, he's on the naughty list.
Jody and Hazy's Naughty at 6:40.
I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. You got to be so careful when you're looking things for self-pleasure. Do you know what I mean? You got to be so careful, Jodes.
Okay.
So very
You're going to
careful.
have to elaborate.
A 34-year-old Brisbane man was rushed to the emergency department late on a Saturday night after experiencing extreme burning and swelling during a solo session gone terribly wrong. He had mistakenly used a lemon-scented multi-purpose bathroom cleaner as a lubricant. If I had a nickel for every time this sort of stuff popped up on my desk.
Oh, man.
Oh, jeez.
Ow.
He said it was next to the tissues and it had a pump top. I thought it was one of those fancy hand gels. According to the attending ER nurse, she said the chemicals in that cleaner are designed to remove hard water stains from tile grout. Human skin, especially sensitive areas, are not tile grout.
Oh, no.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, he got some pretty solid internet feedback as well. One person said at least it was lemon fresh. Another person said finally they're dead clean in every crack. Another person said he misunderstood what multi-purpose meant. In conclusion, the man, who asked not to be named but admitted my mates are going to find out anyway, said he'll now be using only approved products and reading the label first. And when asked what lesson he learned, he simply said, just because it's slippery doesn't mean it's safe. Jodes, here's a stat for you, and you're absolutely all over this, so congratulations in advance. How many kids do women need to have to avoid extinction? It's a new study. It's been revealed that the number of children each woman needs to have has increased from 2.1 to 2.7.
Trying to say if us women don't pull our fingers out, we're all going to die?
Yes, start having more kids. Stop being lazy.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my
You
gosh.
didn't just say
That's a joke, all right. That is a joke. In many high-income nations, the actual average hovers around 1.5 or even lower. This is due to neglect or irresponsibility, reflects the realities people face today. Rising living costs, unstable housing, lack of accessible childcare, and demanding careers have turned parenthood into a luxury or a long-term goal rather than an assumed part of life. That is 100%. It feels like that with the cost of living at the moment.
It's just people can't afford to have kids. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. When you hear some of the statistics that it costs hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s to raise a child.
Yeah.
And people all of a sudden, when you're sitting there being like, well, it isn't as it was back decades ago.
No, I know. It's so damn expensive, isn't it? Especially when you factor in schooling. And then if you want to go down the private schooling path, ridiculous dollars.
Really expensive stuff. Maybe you just want to save some coin and just get the little fella homeschooled. Do you know what I mean? What could go wrong with that?
Imagine you homeschooling your children. Oh, my God.
Well, considering it has risen now to 2.1 to 2.7, if I have two kids and then the other kid is the 0.7, maybe I need to keep him home to homeschool him.
And
do you know what I mean?
explain how he's only 3/4 of a person.
Exactly.
And even you can't do that because you can't do the maths.
Sorry, you're going to have to Google it, my almost there son.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
That's a good joke.
Jody and Hazy's Monday Morning Joke Off.
So when the Monday Morning Joke Off signed its contract, it was like, well, do I get public holidays off? And
Yeah.
we're like, yes, but you need to come in the following day.
Yeah.
So
There you
here it
go.
is.
Yeah. Thought it had win, but
Yeah.
no, here we are.
No, here we are.
Would you like me to go first? Because mine's a little bit blue.
Ooh, okay. Queen of the Blue. Jody Oddy, what do you got?
All right. An old man went for an exam at his GP just to check that everything was okay,
Sure.
healthy, etc. And his wife came with him. The doctor asked for a urine sample, a blood sample, a fecal sample, and a sperm sample.
Oh, gosh.
His wife turned to him and said, "Just give the doctor your underwear there, Barry."
We get to that stage of our lives, don't we?
I know.
Yeah, I know.
All right, who wants to go next? Producer
Producer Molly,
Molly?
what you got? What do you got?
Oh, it's lame. I was shocked to read in the papers today that a short person had been pickpocketed. So I thought to myself, well, how did they stoop that low?
Oh, no.
Oh, you're right. It is lame.
It is lame.
Spot on.
So
Well
true.
done.
All right, bring us home, big dog.
Let's see how we go. So also, Joes, we're in the same sort of bracket here.
Okay.
A man visited his doctor and he said to the doctor, I need a double dose of Viagra. The doctor said, no, I'm not going to allow it. I'm not going to do it. The man asked, well, why not? The doctor said, because it's not safe. The man pleaded with the doctor saying he really, really needed it. The doctor asked him why. The man said, well, bit of a dirty bird, this bloke too, by the way. He said, my girlfriend is coming into town on Friday. My ex-wife is coming in on Saturday. And my wife is returning on Sunday. Can't you see? I need a double dose of Viagra. Do you catch my drift? Finally, the doctor relented but said he needed to check him on Monday to see if he had any side effects from the double dose of Viagra. On Monday, the man dragged himself in with his arm in a sling. The doctor asked, what happened to you? He said, well, no one showed up. Explain the joke for us, please, producer Molly. No, don't. The vision that is emerging and everything that's happening in the States right now, RE the LA riots, is really, really alarming.
Unbelievable scenes over there. And we're going to cross live to downtown LA with Miley Hogan from Channel 7. Good morning, Miley.
Good morning.
What the heck is going on over there?
Yeah, well, look, I have to say today it's been more calm than the scenes we saw yesterday. Those protests in pockets did descend into chaos and destruction. We saw people lighting those Waymo, those self-driving cars on fire, clashes with police, tear gas fired at demonstrators and fireworks fired at police officers. So a lot of chaos and tension between law enforcement and protesters who are protesting against Donald Trump's immigration crackdown.
Molly, we've seen, so we'll get to Trump in a second, but we've seen the vision of the reporter that got shot at with rubber bullets. How are you feeling about the situation? Are you addressing this sort of stuff? Are you feeling safe?
I do feel safe. I will say these situations can change very quickly, very rapidly. It is part of the job. Unfortunately, sometimes these things may happen, but I do feel safe. I have the gear. I put it on when I feel I need to put it on. But these situations are unpredictable, and you just need to make sure that you're keeping as much eye and awareness out as you possibly can. I mean, that vision, I have seen it as well, and I do think that it is was very different. I don't know if that was really avoidable for her at all. It will have to be investigated. I believe that's probably what will happen.
So this is all in response to Donald Trump's ICE and Customs enforcement raids. What is the feeling on the ground? What is the general feeling of the public in America at the moment?
Well, we're talking about California here, and there's a huge immigrant population here, and people are more on the side of people being allowed to live here. There's a lot of first-generation, second-generation immigrants, and I was chatting to a lot of the protesters here who are first, second, third generation, who were saying they are upset and angry about this, and that they want their people, their community to feel safe, to be able to go to work, go to church, drop their kids at school, and not be afraid that they're going to be picked up by ICE in one of these sweeps. Donald Trump did say they were going to go after hardened criminals, and a lot of people are looking at this as a tactic. They were going through a hardware store, so it feels like they're coming after the everyday people who are suspected of being undocumented illegal immigrants, and it's definitely sparked a lot of fear in this community, which has led to these mass protests.
Marley, it doesn't look like the situation will improve anytime soon. So he sent in the National Guard, and now he's talking about more reinforcements.
That was an extraordinary move for him to do that in the first place, go above the governor and send in those troops. And that is what has that is what the governor is blaming Trump for, escalating this violence. What we're seeing now, though, is whether or not Donald Trump will send in Marines. It's been reported by our NBC affiliate that around 700 Marines have been mobilised. It's unclear exactly at this stage what that means, whether they'll remain on standby or whether we'll see them on the streets of Los Angeles. But certainly from the governor and from the Los Angeles mayor, they are saying that that will only increase tensions here in downtown Los Angeles.
Miley Hogan from Channel 7 on the ground in LA. Thank you so much for your time, and stay safe, I suppose.
Thank you, guys.
Ah, we love love this. It's called Songs. So song. It's a nice little game we play. There's a bunch of songs orchestralised. We've got to guess them for the listener. We have fun in the process, and someone scores a Wallace Cinema Family Pass.
You make it sound so wholesome when it's really not.
Well,
it's anything but.
It is wholesome.
Okay, well, let's go to Nick from Christie's Beach. Good morning, Nick.
Hi, good morning, Jody and Hazy.
Oh, good morning.
Yeah, Nick.
Nick, you're on my team. I'm really sorry about that. I'll try my
Oh,
hardest.
no worries.
No, Nick, I believe, I think you got through first, mate, and you chose Jody. So take us through that selection process.
Okay.
Yeah, all good.
Thank you, Nick.
I just don't feel the confidence from
Go,
Nick.
Jody.
Thank you, Nick.
Hey,
Appreciate
Tristan
you.
from Holden Hill, you've got me. How are you, mate?
Hey, how you going?
All right.
We'll do our best.
Nova
We'll do our
hits
best.
and throwbacks orchestralised. We have to guess title and artists. Are you good to go?
Yes,
All right.
very good.
Right.
Here we go. First one. Tough from here. Pretty basic chord progression. Might need to wait to get into it.
Yeah. Jody, that is Last Friday Night by Katy Perry.
Damn it. God damn it, what a start from Jody. Who saw this coming? Not me.
Molly is so shocked right now.
Jeez. Maybe, I wonder who Molly's going for.
Not you.
I wonder if that's personal.
Well, yeah, because, okay. Well, maybe if you didn't carry on like a peanut,
I didn't carry on like a peanut.
people would want to back you.
Josh and I, Boss Josh, were just out in the airlock trying to figure out what that song was. We thought it was so hard. And I said to Josh, there's no way Jody's going
Oh,
to
thank you, Molly.
I
Thank you,
wasn't going to get it either.
So
to be
that's why
honest,
I'm so surprised.
so nailed it. All right, second song. You ready?
Yep.
Jodes for the win. I don't have a clue. Is it Bocelli? Hazy.
Liar! I said it, didn't I?
What's that?
Nothing, you go.
Jelly roll. Liar.
Who else though?
No, don't do that.
Someone else? Jelly roll and someone? I just said, do you know what I did?
Yeah, you
I said
did.
the
That was
name.
old school. That was old school.
I went back, I regressed to what I used to do. And it's
You used to do.
Oh.
I had so many victories last year from you just blurting it out after I'd put my buzzer in there.
All right, anyway.
I'm so rattled. I'm nervous.
Okay.
It's one apiece. How you feeling, Jade? You nervous?
I feel great.
Here we go.
Jody, that is Put a Ring on It by Beyonce.
No.
is
That's not okay. Hazy?
Single Ladies by Beyonce.
It's Beyonce, Single Ladies. You idiot. Old school Jody's back. Oh, no, Jody. You're undoing yourself.
But I said it after I said the other one.
You can't say it after you say the wrong answer.
Boss Josh, come on, can you intervene here?
No.
I got it for all intents and purposes. I got that.
Unfortunately, against
No,
all popular opinion,
Let the man speak.
you've
please.
lost, Jodes.
Let the man speak. Thank you.
It does actually say in the title, Single Ladies in brackets, Put a Ring on
There
It.
we go. Thank you
That's
very
not
much.
a win.
Well, that is a win for
That's
me.
not a win.
That is a win.
It's not called Put a Ring on It. It's called
got it in-
Single Ladies.
it's got it in
The
brackets.
brackets are there.
Can you-
Put a ring on it.
Oh my God! Do not be a baby and just accept the loss.
Here's what we can do. We can try and find a new song, or we can probably have a draw. Because you actually got it wrong. Okay, what do you want to do, Boss Josh?
But I said put a ring on it, Single Ladies, but I just did it in reverse order.
No, you didn't.
But
You said put a ring
But
on it,
I
and then
s-
you went, and then when it was my turn to guess, you jumped in and said Single Ladies.
I think this will be the weekly debate tomorrow, perhaps.
Do you know what? Nick and Tristan, I think you both win.
Oh, good one. Awesome, thank you.
Good stuff, guys.
Okay.
What a journey, eh? What a journey.
Man.
Old corrupt Jody's back. You can't blurt it out after you've got the wrong answer.
Let's go back to the tape then. I said the right answer before
should we
you
go
said
back to
it.
the tape?
Yes.
Should we go back to the tape?
Yes, we should.
Okay. Audio go, Todd. You got some work to do.
Well, it's not enough that you're winning 11-8. You have to be such a baby.
Oh, you got a point there. It's 12-9.
Oh, I'm done partying.
I need to know. I need to know now.
I need to know.
I need to know.
I need to know.
What's in the news today?
I need to know this.
Here's what you need to know.
What you need to know with Jody and Hazy.
You were just listening to Song. You would have heard some examples of really bad sportsmanship.
On whose part?
Both of our behalves, probably. Did you catch Arena Sabalenka on the weekend?
Oh, my God. So Arena Sabalenka got absolutely... Well, she didn't get pants, but she went down to Coco Golf. And...
that was a final of the French, yeah?
Yes, final of the French Open. And, look, you just sort of feel... And perhaps there's some sort of a language barrier, but... I don't think Arena Sabalenka handled herself with as much class as she would have liked if she looked back in hindsight.
Yeah, okay, let's have a listen to her comments after the match.
I think it was the worst final I ever played. I was just making unforced errors. Like, I don't know, I have to check the statistics. I think she won the match not because she played incredible, just because I made all of those mistakes from... Like, if you look from the outside, kind of like from an easy balls.
Oh, Arena. So petty.
Listening back to that, I think I'm Arena Sabalenka in the way I just reacted to Song. You didn't win. I just played really badly.
You only did good because I did bad, okay? So, yeah. So you didn't win, I lost. Oh, gee. What about that? There's a bit of that with Chris Fagan and Matthew Nicks on the weekend as well. Yes. And Chris Fagan, potentially the nicest bloke in football, he said this after the game because Brisbane had so many chances in the last quarter and they couldn't convert.
In terms of the last quarter, 10 shots to 5. We had 5 more shots, we lose the game. So that was a game we should have won.
Oh, I like Nick's response, though.
We should have won it as well, and we did.
Bang! Matthew Nicks.
Cop that. Nixie goes bang.
That's nice.
You wouldn't pick a few between Matthew Nicks and Fagan, would you?
100%. Who would you back too, by the way?
Oh.
Just can't see the boys throwing fists.
No, exactly right. Well, I didn't suggest it was going to get physical.
Yeah, okay.
That's the thing.
Who have you got your money on? Oh, it would be a mouth off.
Yeah.
Okay.
A good old-fashioned motor mouth off.
Yeah. Interesting times.
This is an oldie but a goodie. But what about when you send the wrong person the wrong text message? Oh my very goodness.
There's that moment where you know that it's in the system and you can't take it back and you just hate everything.
My sister-in-law can always be counted on just to mess stuff up, like just in life, constantly, right? She told me that she had a few drinks the other night and just walked into the fridge.
Sure. The fridge is like, what's your problem? Get out of my face.
Fridge, she just went to get another wine and walked into the fridge. Fridge didn't jump out at her. She just walked into it.
So did you have enough wines to suggest that it was the fridge's fault as well?
She started abusing the fridge. No, she didn't. So anyway, I received the following text message from my sister-in-law, Nat, the other day. She said, "Oh, my God, I accidentally sent this message to the director of the company's wife at work. It was supposed to be for someone else." Are you ready for this?
Oh, here we go.
I don't think it could. It doesn't get any worse. You ready?
All right. So you pretend you pretend to be the director's wife.
Okay.
You've just got a text.
Okay. Oh, that's unusual. That's from Nat. She doesn't normally text me. What's Nat got to say? Okay. She said, "I've just had to sprint from the uni loop to the British pub to poo." Oh, my. Absolutely destroyed their facility, painted the bowl, then gave it another coat for good measure.
Very good. Did she get a response?
As the director's wife, it took me some time to digest that, as you will, and to respond very politely to say, "I'm very glad you made it, Nat."
Last year.
3, 2, 1.
Adelaide's newest radio station.
We celebrated Adelaide's favourite radio station's 20th birthday, throwing the biggest birthday party Adelaide has ever seen.
The winner of $10,000 is Courtney from Paralawi.
Oh, my God, Courtney!
Thought that was big? You ain't seen nothing yet. We're going bigger.
Andrew Hayes, you are turning 40 years of age. Whee!
It's a good thing, right?
It's a great thing. It is your 40th birthday coming up, so I am going to throw you a party for the ages for your 40th at Sky City.
Yes, jokes. And I'm all for it. No, I've never experienced a party before. I didn't have an 18th, a 21st, or a 30th.
Oh, really?
So, do you know what? For the hell of it, can we make this huge?
We're going to make it absolutely.
Can we make it go off its face?
It's going to go right off, and I'll tell you why. Because on the night, we are dishing out $40,000.
Hang on. Say that again.
$40,000 on the evening to celebrate your 40th.
AUD or rupiah?
40 grand on the night. So that means 40 people will walk away with $1,000 cash guaranteed. 40 of you are going to walk away with $1,000 on the night.
Jeez, Jodes, your generosity knows no bounds.
So if you do the maths on that, that's a 1 in 5 chance of winning $1,000 on the evening, as well as having the best damn party that you've ever seen.
How good's that? Because we're going to be at the district, so we're going to have a hell of a night.
We sure are.
I don't think we've never splurged this much money on a night
we actually
ever before.
Haven't. Nova have never splurged this much cash right here in Adelaide. It's going to be massive.
Oh, yes. I'm now looking forward to the 40th.
So to win your exclusive invites, you're listening out for your party banger. So Hazy's party banger. So call 13 24 10 when you hear it, or you can register now on the Nova player. So
Bugger it. Can we do it right now?
We can do a banger right now.
Let's plough straight into it. This feels very, very appropriate. This is a Rihanna classic, and this is the first party banger. If you want the first exclusive invites to my 40th, where you can win a stack of cash, give us a call right now.
Happy birthday to you.
It's Hazy's 40K birthday.
Oh, thanks, Jodes. Look at you go.
I dipped into my own pocket. $40,000 I've got to give away at your birthday party.
That's why you got the bus in this morning. Good on you. Appreciate
40
that.
different people on the night will walk out of Sky City $1,000 richer.
Yes.
How cool.
That's guaranteed cash. $40,000 guaranteed. Bunch of people are going to win a whole heap of a stack of cash. So that's the thing. Sometimes you hear these things, it's like, oh, you have the chance to score a heap of cash. Not this time.
Nope.
The most money that we've given away at a party ever in Nova 919's history.
We are going to be giving out a heap of VIP invites to this shindig. So to win your way to this exclusive party, you just need to listen out for the party banger for your 40th birthday. And Samantha from Gawler, you did just that. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Good on you, Sam. First off the block.
Now, Sam, you sound young. Have you turned 40 yet?
Yeah, I've turned 40 a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Any advice there, Samantha? What do you got?
Oh, just live your best life. 40 is a new 20. So
true,
just
mate.
keep going. Yeah, just keep living. Just do what you want. Just enjoy.
It's good advice, Samantha. However, I don't think Andrew Hayes should relive his 20s. How he never ended up in rehab, we don't know. No one ever knows, you know.
You don't know that I didn't have a little stint. Who knows?
Sam, congratulations. We'll see you on the night.
Good stuff. All right, let's go to Chad Modbury. G'day, Chad.
G'day, guys. How are you?
Chad, how does this sound to you? 1 in 5 chance of winning $1,000 at Andrew Hayes' 40th birthday.
Oh, unbelievable. That'd be awesome.
All right. Well, you're coming along. We'll see you there.
Oh, thanks so much.
Hey,
Brilliant.
Chad, about to turn 40. Got any advice for me, mate? Are you even 40 yet, you young rooster?
I'm 46, but all I can recommend is boxes of Nurofen.
Okay, yep, that feels good. Yep.
But, of course, drink responsibly.
100%. Good stuff. All right, Joe's looking forward to this. It's going to be at the District at Sky City. Experience weekly live acts, a Pirate Life microbrewery on site, and a killer sports bar. It's your entertainment destination.
I need to know. I need to know now.
I need to know.
I need to know.
I need to know.
What's in the news today?
I need to know this.
Here's what you need to know.
What you need to know with Jody and Hazy.
Absolute anarchy in the States at the moment. Obviously, there are protests over immigration raids on the streets. It was pretty bad yesterday. Apparently, a little bit more tame today. But we caught up with Miley Hogan from Channel 7 a little while ago, and we asked her about the fact that another reporter from a different network got shot in the leg with a rubber bullet. Did you see that?
No, it's unbelievable.
The guy just lined her up.
He dead set, looked over, lined her up in front of the camera, and went bang with these rubber bullets.
And I don't know much about politics, but does it do much for democracy when you shoot a reporter in the leg with a rubber bullet with an ally of your own country?
Probably not.
Very strange. Anyway, we asked Miley how she was feeling on the streets amid the protests, if she felt safe.
I do feel safe. I have the gear. I put it on when I feel I need to put it on. But these situations are unpredictable, and you just need to make sure that you're keeping as much eye and awareness out as you possibly can. I mean, that vision, I have seen it as well, and I do think that it is was very different. I don't know if that was really avoidable for her at all. It will have to be investigated. I believe that's probably what will happen.
Thanks to Molly Hogan from Channel 7, but we do hope that she stays safe. But that's just it's an unbelievable situation.
It just looks so chaotic at the moment, doesn't it? I tell you what else was chaotic over the weekend. Did you see that woman who was caught on CCTV bizarrely stealing, then returning that safety bollard from a Port Wakefield roadhouse?
Yes. What a good gag, eh? What a good gag.
So she's clear as day on this vision as well. So they posted the footage by the 24/7 cafe on Port Wakefield Highway. They show her walking out of her car. She steals the bollard. Then she enters the store and she's smiling and she's giggling as she sips from a travel mug. Not quite sure what was in that travel mug, if you know what I'm saying.
And then returned it the next day.
And then they posted it and they're like, please bring our bollard back. So she decided to. So puts it back in the hole in the ground and then gives the cameras the double bird.
Yes. And then the bollard was like, what the hell just happened?
Yes.
My God, where was I? I just blacked out for a second.
And so ends a very successful night for that woman.
Woke up in a stranger's bed. Anyway, very reminiscent to the Big Bird Bandits, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Where they make a plea to please return.
Yeah, 100%.
I need to know. I need to know now.
I need to know.
I need to know.
I need to know.
What's in the news today?
I need to know this.
Here's what you need to know.
What you need to know with Jody and Hazy.
I know you've been sweating on this, but I am pleased to tell you that Justin Baldoni's lawsuit against movie stars Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds and their publicists and the New York Times has been tossed out by a judge in a shocking legal twist.
Oh, thank you, Jodes. I've been sitting on that all morning going, which way it's going to go. And thank you. My anxiety levels have just disappeared. I appreciate that.
So they accused him of sexual misconduct and he has sued them to the tune of $615 million. Lively's lawyers have come out today and said it's a total victory and complete vindication.
Quite the counter-sue, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to sue you for $615 million.
$15 million.
And then you go, oh, you know what? Okay, fine. I'll take half that. It's fine.
I bet you those two are just sorry they ever laid eyes on each other, don't you reckon?
Geez, the stuff that's come out, though, is it hasn't painted a picture probably for everybody.
No.
But in particular, I think there's probably a lot of people who were big Blake Lively fans who maybe not so much as well, and maybe sort of questioning just how tight her and her husband Ryan Reynolds are.
Well, and how tight her and Taylor Swift are now.
100%, because apparently but that's the tabloid saying, they've distanced themselves, or Taylor's very much distanced herself from Blake Lively's current situation, but who knows?
Because I think there was some suggestion Taylor might have had to have given evidence as to what Blake had told her about the situation.
Okay.
So then Taylor was like, nah, thanks.
Don't have time for that.
Don't need that.
Sorry, don't have time for that. I'm too busy being a young billionaire.
Yeah, exactly right. The other thing to touch on is the very sad news from my point of view and my network's point of view, I think, is that the project has been cancelled.
Yeah, what a run, 16 years?
Yeah, 16 years. It started out as the 7pm project.
Yep.
It has gone through a lot of incarnations with different people, but they've decided to pull the pin. I think one of the things that is most disappointing about working in the media and this industry is when something like this happens, the pile-on and the kicking of the carcass and people writing online mean stuff like, oh, thank God that's gone or whatever it might be, or that sentiment. What you have to remember is that there are a lot of people that work on this show. There are a lot of makeup artists. There are a lot of producers, not just the presenters. There are a lot of floor directors, people behind the scenes that put this show to air who have worked damn hard to produce a good local product. And so, I mean, can you imagine being in a situation, and you and I will be one day, when they cotton on that we can't do this job very well and they get rid of us, and then just the pile-ons. Imagine losing your job and then having people just go, good, pee off, It's a pretty yucky sort of toxic space to be in, I reckon. But to all those people that have worked on the project over the years, well done. You should be proud of yourselves, and I hope that another door opens for you.
Can I just say this? I don't think it's been said too many times over the journey. Big Steve Price fan.
I
love Steve Price.
Who saw that coming?
Oh, gosh, because he always goes in a different direction and he's very comfortable to be hated.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's very popular. Sorry, he's very comfortable to throw out the unpopular opinion.
And also, he's had a lot of stashes on that desk over the years, and they've been very, very entertaining. Love him or hate him, he's been entertaining along the journey. So,
spot on.
Yeah, so sad news from a Network 10 point of view, but I'm sure these people will go on and do bigger and better things.
Something else will pop up.
It's Hazy's 40K birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes. So you know what that means. Oh, let's put that down there. You know what that means, don't you? Someone is going to score themselves $1,000 40 times, 40 different people.
Mm-hmm.
That's outrageous.
Yeah, and we put the call out to listen out for Hazy's Party Banger. That was Jessie's Girl by Rick Springfield and Ellen from Andrews Farm. You've just scored yourself a double invite.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
You're so
How exciting.
A little birdie might have told me that you just turned 40 yourself.
Is that right?
Yeah, earlier on in the year, but I call it 39 plus 1.
Yes. Yeah, that's fair. Did you have a party?
Yeah, you will understand.
Did you have a party?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No, I didn't. So I did go, funnily enough, to Sky City, had a bit of a massage and a day to myself without my children.
Nice.
But I suppose this year is my year of doing things for me rather than... Well, not that I don't do things, will continue to do things for my children, but just a little bit of me
Yes.
for, I suppose, 12 months. So,
Sure. Got to put your
this
own
is so exciting.
oxygen mask on first, don't you, Ellen? Otherwise you
Spot
can't
on.
help anyone else. Well, maybe
Exactly.
I'm just going to float it. Maybe joint party.
Oh,
40th party.
okay. I'm open to it. I'm open to it, Ellen, if you are.
Sounds amazing.
All right, we'll see you on the night, Ellen. Should we
Good
go
stuff.
to Paige from Andrews Farm?
Hang on a second. Is this the Paige from Andrews Farm that I got to sing with on stage at Nova's 20th birthday? Is this that Paige?
Oh, my God, yes.
Yes, Paige. Yes. How good.
Woo!
Hey, let's relive it. Let's relive that moment.
Oh, my God. Please, 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 yes.
Yes, you're in. You've got yourself
Coming along,
some
Paige.
invites there,
Woo!
Paige.
Thanks, guys.
You're so welcome. Hey, just if you want to come along to Andrew Hayes' exclusive 40th birthday party, just keep an ear out for the next party banger and a little double invite coming your way.
It's nice, isn't it? Geez, we're going to have some fun. It's going to be at the District. That's what we love as well. District always does really, really good shindigs. The District at Sky City experience weekly live acts, a Pirate Life micro brewery on site, and killer sports bar at your entertainment destination.
Can't say this enough.
$40,000 we're going to give away.
$40,000 on the night. 40 people are going to win a grand.
Good, isn't it? All right. Yep, like you said, keep it locked for the party bangers to score yourself some exclusive invites.